made some gutsy calls. In St. Louis, you look at their schedule, it's not terrible. Especially if they could be undefeated in their next 5 games.
Seattle or St. Louis?
Seattle.
Okay.
They play Carolina. They play the Raiders. They play the Giants. I mean, they'll probably beat the Giants. And Kansas City. Then they have a tough schedule after that. After that, it's really tough. It's Cardinals, Niners, Eagles, Niners, Cardinals, Rams. So they have division rivals just going at them in the last few games of the year.
Because I can see the Cardinals sweeping the Seahawks this year.
It's possible.
Because the Cardinals beat them at home, right?
I'm saying if they win the next 4, they'll probably win, 2 or 3 games at least in the stretch when they play all their division teams. So this is a team that's still a 10-win team. I mean, it's not going to be like it was last year.
Okay,
but still a 10-win team.
But just to remind you, the Cardinals were 10-6 last year, missed the playoffs.
I know, but I still think that the Seahawks are a 10-win team. And if the Russell Wilson still keeps on playing the way he's been playing, I got full confidence.
All right, we'll see about that. Final game for last week. Well, it was this week. Texans plus 3.5 at my Steelers. CB came over the dark side for once and got it right. I'm going to save most of the Steelers talk for the Homer statement. But Snowball, you want to defend your Texans pick real quick?
I just thought J.J. Watt would have another touchdown.
He almost did, though. He lined up at tight end, but Arian Foster took that touchdown away from him.
I don't know. I thought Chiefs would win. Pittsburgh proved me wrong. Antonio Brown, he had a good day, right? I didn't really watch that much of that game because it was Monday night. But, hey, scoring 20-plus points in 3 minutes or whatever, congrats.
Thank you.
Prove me wrong, Pittsburgh. I promise the next time we do Pittsburgh in our Garden State Sharks, I will pick them.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pick the toughest game for the Steelers that I'm probably picking them against them. And we'll see how you pick there. Real quick, though, I've been saying for a while that J.J. Watt is a top contender for the MVP. Agree or disagree?
Agree. That offense is not... Ryan Fitzpatrick?
That beard.
He's got a beard. That's pretty much it. He's like your average... He's an average QB. You want to know an average QB? It's Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's making a lot of money, or who has made a lot of money from his contract in Buffalo. J.J. Watt has been unstoppable. He'll win Defensive Player of the Year. It's going to be him or Von Miller. But J.J. Watt, already 5 sacks this year. He's got a pick for a touchdown. He's caught a touchdown, and he recovered a fumble.
2 fumbles.
Sure. 2 fumbles.
It was either 2 fumbles or 2 interceptions.
Anyway, he's having a great year, and it's like, they got to double team him, or sometimes they won't even throw to his side because they know it's going to get blocked or swatted.
Or caught.
People look twice on J.J. Watt's side, so it's going to be. I actually hope he wins it, and I think he's got a good shot. If say the Packers do really well this year, or have a really good record, Rodgers could be it. DeMarco Murray could be it. Probably not.
That's true. If DeMarco Murray breaks the record,
if he breaks the record, I think he's got a good shot. Really no wide receiver. Jordy Nelson's had a great year. We haven't seen a breakout receiver, because AJ Green and Megatron have been hurt the whole time.
But when's the last time a receiver won MVP?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So
but it's really a QB. It's usually a QB.
QB running back. But Lawrence Taylor's done it before, and I just feel like Texans are 3-4 without J.J. Watt. They'd probably be 1-6, maybe 2-5 if they're lucky.
Look at their schedule. I think they still would have beaten the Redskins.
Yeah. So I give them 1 win.
They're on a 3-game losing streak. It really depends on what their record is. Because they're right now, but they played some tough teams. They played Cowboys, Colts, Steelers. But now they got, Titans, play Philly, at Cleveland, Cincinnati, Titans, Jags. Oh, Jags, Colts. I mean, they still have to play the Jags twice, you know. So,
But the Jags destroyed the Browns. We'll get to that later.
But it's the Browns. It's not like the Browns are, this amazing team. I mean, they've had a few good games.
All right. Just to update you on the season standings, CB's in last. He's 14-19 on the year. Snowball, second place, 15-18. I'm still on top, above 500, 19-14. We'll see if these guys can catch up this week. CB hasn't gotten his picks yet. We're requiring him to get them in by 9 a.m. tomorrow, provided he's done playing baseball. Otherwise, it could be 0-5 for CB. This week, Snowball's actually agreeing with me on a fair amount of these games. Lions -3.5 versus the Falcons. That's in London, 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. We're both picking the Lions here. Is this a no-brainer for you?
Yeah, no home field advantage for either team. So the Falcons, that's bad for them. It's outdoors, bad for the Falcons. I mean, honestly, I'm saying it's bad for the Falcons.
Well, the Lions play in a dome as well, though.
I know, but the Lions are more capable of playing outside, I think. And also the Falcons have a terrible secondary. So I'm going Lions on this one. I think Megatron is going to be more healthy than he was last week, so he'll probably play. So it's great.
If Megatron doesn't play, are you still sticking with this?
Yes.
Okay. I've been devastated the past couple weeks in fantasy on not being able to play Megatron. This is one league that's not for money, or pride with these guys. But I haven't been playing Megatron. It's been hurting me.
I've been loving my fantasy team.
It's been hurting me very deeply.
The way I drafted, I got Phillip Rivers in the 8th round. I got DeMarco Murray in the 3rd round. I got Matt Forte. I got Julio Jones. I got, VJack's even done decent.
Well, that's clearly not the league that you're. I think you're tied for second to last with us.
The Luck Ness Monsters have been bad. Yeah, they haven't had a good year.
The Luck Ness Monster. I think I either play you this week or I beat you last week. I think I play you this week.
I've been focusing more on my money leagues. So.
Yeah, so have I. So next up we have probably two of the worst teams in the NFL. The Vikings +1.5 at the Bucks. Now, I still have faith in the Bucks. They're 2 games out of first place in the NFC South. Snowball, why are you picking the Vikings?
I just think the Bucks are so bad. I just can't. I mean, I've put my faith in the Bucks a few other times, and they proved me wrong. I think Mike Glenn's good QB. Don't get me wrong. I think he's good. I just don't see it. I think VJax gave me a touchdown though. So, but I just don't see it. I just can't see. I think the Vikings. I think Teddy Bridgewater is a pretty good QB too. I think he's pretty well. I mean, the Vikings running backs haven't been terrible.
Matt Asiata.
Especially AP's gone. Cordarrelle. I think Cordarrelle could have a good game, to be honest, against the Bucks. So I could definitely see that happening. I don't know. I'm just feeling the Vikings on this one. I mean, I just don't think the Bucks are that great of a team. We've seen them get blown out in just halves. Not even a whole game in halves, and they lose the game because of that. So I'm going Minnesota on this one.
Throw all my Bucks bias aside. Anything that I know about these two teams, just looking at the spread, any team that is an underdog to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you deserve to lose. That's it. I mean, it's a 1.5 point spread. So this is basically pick 'em, unless the Bucks win by only 1. That's my reasoning. The Bucks are favored. That has to be a sign. Now, 2 of my least favorite teams in the entire NFL, Ravens -2 at the Bengals. We're both going Bengals. Basically, if the Ravens lose this week to the Bengals and the Steelers by chance beat the Colts, which I'm not too sure they will, the Steelers will be tied for first in the AFC North. But I think the Bengals have what it takes. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe AJ Green's coming back. Mohamed Sanu's not been mad. Giovanni Bernard Actually, the entire Bengals offense got totally shut down in Indianapolis. But I think they'll come back. The Ravens are good, not great defense. Um, and I think the Bengals will just be too much. They'll look to pad it with Bernard, um, and maybe a play action here or there. I'd love to see Sanu get another passing touchdown.
Hmm.
Um, I think the Bengals will, if not dominate, they'll win by a significant amount. It's not 2.5, or it's not 2 point spread. I mean, the Bengals are +2. So I mean, even if they lose by a point, I'm good with that. You totally agree?
Yep.
All right. We don't agree on this next one though. Bills +3 at the Jets. Stumba, why are you picking the Jets?
I think Percy. I'm not saying he's gonna get like 200 yards or something. I'm just thinking he's getting a touchdown. I think Geno looked good against New England. They had a bye week. They're starting to regroup. The defense is good. The Bills really don't do well against the Jets. I've seen games when the Jets play the Bills. We can obviously see these games because we're from Jersey. So we can see when the Jets play on CBS.
I don't choose to do so.
My dad likes to watch them sometimes. He's a Giant fan, but whatever. So I see the games as well, and I don't know. I thought Gino looked good. It was close against the Patriots. I'm liking the defense. I just see it clicking. I just see a game that just clicks for the Jets because it's gotta happen. It's gonna happen. Why not against Buffalo, a division rival? They know him pretty well. Kyle Orton, not spectacular. I mean, good, but not amazing. And Gino could, really, he'll get sacked a few times. But Gino can get some touchdowns against that Bill secondary.
Now, did you just tell me Kyle Orton is not spectacular?
Maybe.
All right. Well, my argument has been Kyle Orton is in a tight race with Tom Brady to be the best quarterback in the AFC East this season. Now, C.J. Spiller and Fred Jackson both went down with injuries. That leaves Anthony Dixon, I believe, as their starting running back. Now, that's a huge hit for the Bills. But Kyle Orton has been pretty good lately. Huge game with Sammy Watkins last week, and their backfield was destroyed, like I said. So I think they'll look to hit up that connection again. It's going to be very close. So I'm confident in the 3 point spread. I'd like to see the Bills win, but I'm not sure they will. But the Jets aren't going to put... The Bills' defense has been great this year. Anyone who owns the Bills' defense in fantasy, you are very happy this year. The Bills' defense has been phenomenal. They'll keep that Jets' offense down. And the Jets have a decent defense. So, obviously, there's not going to be much of a running game from Buffalo. But I think Kyle Orton and Sammy Watkins can take it to the Jets' defense.
Okay.
And this is our final game for this week. The Eagles +1.5 at the Cardinals. I see this as a no-brainer. I don't know about you.
I just hate Philly so much right now. I had to go with Cardinals.
Was it because of that shutout?
Carson Palmer throw like 4 touchdowns against Philly. I mean, I'm always going to go. I'm just always going to go against them.
All right.
I don't care what. It could be Oakland could be playing Philly. I'm going Oakland.
All right. Now you see the unbiased perspective of Matthew Stolboff. Now, if I recall correctly,
let's be honest. I mean, the Cardinals' defense is good. Andre Ellington's looking great. I think Foles messes up a few times. Gets a pick. Peterson gets a pick. Cromartie gets a pick. Someone there. I like the defense. I think Fitz has a good game. I'm just liking Arizona, and I just hate Philly so much, but I got to choose Arizona.
I love Arizona this year. I really do. I think they're the best team in the NFC. I think they're going to destroy the Eagles. The Eagles don't have...
And Bruce Arians, a lot of people didn't give him a lot of credit. I think he's a great coach. I liked him from the beginning when he was in Indy. I thought he was amazing. Deserved to win Coach of the Year that year, right? He won Coach of the Year.
Yeah, because he filled in for Chuck Pagano.
And then people were kind of a little skeptical about him when the, beginning of the year, Cardinals started to lose a few games. Like, give this guy some time. He's a good coach. 10-6. Missed the playoffs, but still 10-6. Good record. And they were only 1 loss this year, so. And they didn't have their starting QB for like 4 weeks. So it's been great.
And that one loss came with their third string QB.